Hello, this is Aaron Gabriel from Cornell Cooperative Extension. In this video, I would like to show you how to calculate your forage production costs. It can be used for dry hay, baleage, and also for haylage. So in our yellow cells is where we can put in our information, and the blue cells are where the calculated result is going to end up. We're going to start out by putting in the total number of acres that we're managing and producing forage on, our total yield for the entire farm for all of those acres, the pounds of dry matter per bale, and the acres seeded per year on average. And when we're seeding acres, we're going to come to this table to the right, forage establishment costs, and we're going to put in our costs, which will be spread over the entire yield. So we'll put in our tillage costs, any input costs of lime and fertilizer, seed costs, and then costs for pest control and any other expense we have. And we're going to depreciate those costs maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 years so that we spread the establishment costs over the rest of our forage production. So back to our acres that are already established, we put in our land cost. I pay about $15 an acre in taxes. I can also rent my land for about $50 an acre, so I have to decide which of those values I want to plug into the yellow cell here, and that's going to calculate it out to dollars per ton of dry matter. Then we're going to put in our lime and fertilizer expenses and any pest control expenses and any other expenses you might incur as far as inputs. So in this bottom cell, we have the crop costs, crop input costs per ton of dry matter. Then we have to put in our harvest costs, our yearly harvest costs. So our dollars per acre per year. And if we have 2 or 3 cuttings, we're going to be combining those costs into our yearly costs. So if it costs you $68 a year to mow, it's going to calculate it out to the dollars per ton of dry matter. We have tedding, raking, baling, hauling. You can put in mowing, merging, chopping, and then we have down here, we have silage wrapping, the cost for machinery, and then net wrap and plastic. So that calculates out our yearly harvest cost per ton of dry matter. The next step, next table, is our storage costs, and this is an important cost to put in. Sometimes we might ignore it, but we shouldn't. So there's a calculator from the University of Wisconsin that compares bale storage costs, and you can figure out your cost for storing hay with that. If you don't use that, you would put in your individual costs in these other rows. So your building costs per year, you might have depreciation, your pad costs per year if you are using a gravel or cement or stone pad. Building insurance, it's good to go to your policy and know what you're paying for insurance on your storage facility. Taxes, if you have any. Stacking labor. So this could also be packing labor. And that will calculate out in the end here in this bottom cell your storage cost per ton of dry matter. And then we want to put in a percent dry matter loss in storage. So if I'm storing hay in my mow, I just put in 1%. There's very little loss. If you're putting in baleage, you're going to have a loss from fermentation. If you're putting haylage into a bunk, you'll have another loss, up to 15% in a bunker. So you need to stick in a number there. And then it comes up with your total production costs per ton of dry matter. So in this example, I'm harvesting just 10 acres with a lot of old machinery that has depreciation and repair costs to it. Okay, so I hope that'll help you figure out your business costs and help you analyze your business. And if you have any questions, you can contact me by email, adg12@cornell.edu.